Why should we do developer security training? Stay tuned and find out. Some of the clients we talk to have a mini cyber command on premises, a fully managed SOC, a mature red team that does massive quarterly campaigns, and a robust vulnerability management program for the day-to-day. So if you have all that, why bother with security training? Developer security awareness training, application developer training, web developer training, DevOps security training, or any of those other things. Why spend money on that stuff when you've got a fully fleshed out security team with the tooling and expertise available? The problem, of course, is implementation. Some vulnerabilities have nothing to do with dependencies or external systems. They are embedded in the source code that a developer wrote. And once these problems are discovered, who is responsible for remediating these vulnerabilities? Third-party penetration testers won't and shouldn't help with remediation. Internal security teams are well equipped and trained to address problem areas with infrastructure and configuration issues, but few professionals have the expertise to modify source code to remove vulnerabilities. Few code-based vulnerabilities are trivial to resolve. Most are complicated and require a sophisticated solution. There is no one button press to remove injection flaws like SQLi, cross-site scripting, etc. Some organizations dedicate time and resource to train or hire application security engineers. For organizations with large development teams, there's usually a security team focused on resolving issues with internal and external facing web applications and APIs. These are called application security teams. While that reflects the best qualities of a mature security program, many organizations are just getting started with security and don't have the resources to invest in specialized personnel. And even a few AppSec engineers can't keep up with hundreds, if not thousands, of apps and services. Development teams still bear most of the responsibility for remediating findings. And the best way to ensure developers, the people ultimately responsible for fixing vulnerabilities in your software, can address security issues is to train them in security. That way, they know how to code defensively and prevent security issues before they crop up. Many security-aware organizations often have the internal security team or a third-party penetration testing company look at an application before it is released into a production environment. This is certainly better than no examination at all, but it adds friction to the development process. It's very costly to rewrite significant portions of an application immediately before release. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're writing a financial services app, and there is a critical authorization bypass flaw that allows you to make counterfeit transactions exceeding $9 billion. That may not be something you can remediate immediately. It may involve actually rewriting and rethinking how the entire application does authorization. It may involve the use of JWTs, JSON Web Tokens. It may involve storing backend information and metadata about users, ensuring that they have the right roles and access to do certain transactions. Either way, it's not a good way to move forward. A better solution is to integrate testing throughout the software development lifecycle. This is what it means to shift left. Shifting left applies to testing during the SDLC in general, but is especially effective for security. By integrating regular security checks throughout development rather than at the end, organizations save time, effort, and most importantly, money by preventing vulnerabilities that could lead to security breaches. This is critical for organizations rapidly developing solutions in the cloud and those with DevOps teams. Can't all this be solved with tooling? Static analysis isn't a replacement for regular pen test. DAS tools aren't much better. and neither of them are a replacement for essential security knowledge. Many static analysis tools generate false positives. The only way to determine if a finding is indeed an issue is to have someone knowledgeable about writing software and cybersecurity examine the code. While we and other security professionals offer source code reviews, your developers and engineers are the true experts of software that your company creates. Why should you do developer training? It arms your development team with the expertise needed to fix and prevent security problems. This is the foundation of application security. This is what is needed to take your organization to the next level. That brings us to the end of another Knowledge Center article. If you're ready to level up your AppSec game, check out the description for resources to dive deeper into this topic. Subscribe and share if you got something out of this video. We'll see you next time. This is Oshan Marshall reminding you to stay professionally evil.